How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Good. How has your last few weeks been? Give me a little bit of a rundown.
It was really easy the first few days because we were more excited about it, I think. And then, I mean, life happens. You have different things going on. So, like, we ate out, and then we had an event like 2 nights in a row. So, like, our evening meals weren't at home like normal. We didn't get to make our own vegetables. So those kind of threw me off, but it didn't really throw me off. It's just like, you just start over the next day, and I didn't feel guilty about it or anything. It's just the way it is.
How about you?
I feel good about the goals I made, and knowing that somebody's going to be watching helped me stay accountable.
Mm-hmm. So the app is way cooler than I thought it was. There's a lot more into it. So, like, that was always sitting in the back of my mind, like, I need to go in there.
See how the app works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And push my accomplishments.
Yeah. I feel like having that app and being able to push, like, oh, I did that, I accomplished that, it gives you that good feeling. Like,
it does.
And then you can go back and look at it and look at your whole week and be like, oh, look at all my checks, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of helps encourage you to keep going.
I got into the veggie bucket.
That's a lot of veggies.
It's a whole gallon. I ate that much.
You're not kidding around when it comes to your veggies.
So I did my first one last week.
You did that whole last week, the whole bag?
We just found a prepackaged thing of vegetables at Albertsons, and we're like, okay, that'll work for a bucket. And then I made a point to eat them all.
I think it makes it a lot easier when you just grab the already made trays and everything instead of having to grab all the individual, and then that's what we do too, and just throw into little Ziplocs and then take them to go for your snacks and lunches.
Now when I have little junk food cravings, I find that bag instead.
That builds your craving?
Yeah, or I'll have, like, if I have a sweet tooth picking on me, I'll have a strawberry or a piece of pineapple.
Oh, pineapple, that's a good one.
That helps kick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I fail and I just have a peanut butter and honey sandwich, and then a few more spoonfuls of peanut butter.
So tell me what you feel most proud of about your accomplishments in the last few weeks.
Being prepared out here. Like, I had a lunch, I had these little meal things with leftovers from the night before and vegetables and all my snacks were prepared for the week. So, or I prepared them the night before, whichever was easiest. But I haven't been to Maverick or Corey's for 2 weeks.
Dang. Feel good about that? Saving money on gas and food.
I know. Yep. So that's been awesome. I had my breakfast ready. Most of the week last week I was able to be at home, so I just cooked it up there, and then have
you been liking your breakfast? I know the first time you said you struggled, it didn't come out right.
It made me really mad because that recipe that's in the book is the mini omelet, and you chop up your veggies, then you roast the veggies, and then you put them in the muffin tins. There's like 10 steps, and then when it didn't turn out, like, it was all stuck in the pan because it was a metal pan, and then I was mad because I went through all that work and it didn't work out.
Right? It's awful when it gets stuck to the pan. We made something the other day. It turned out awful too. Like, I was just going through the steps, but I twisted them around instead of putting the tortilla on top of my egg while the eggs were cooking. I put it on after, so it didn't freaking work. I don't know. It was just, I was upset about it. Adam's looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying this new thing, okay?
It just makes, anyway. So if I do those, I don't think it's too much work to just 12 individual little things.
Yeah.
So I'm just,
make a big,
yesterday I just
casserole.
Put it in a casserole, cut it up into 12. I haven't put them in the freezer yet, but.
Are they still good once you pull them out of the freezer and eat them?
Yeah, they were. I mean,
finished the last 2 this morning. They weren't bad. Just having something already made, even if it's not quite great, it's helpful.
Yeah.
So tell me Corey, what have you struggled with most the last few weeks?
Probably eating veggies, because my veggie bucket was all slimy and it was like almost rotten. I don't know, it just grossed me out. So I had it here, but I didn't like it. I had other snacks prepared. That didn't really go
Do you
through
think
that,
it
but
got slimy because it sat in there for too long and you didn't eat it, or it just
It
got
was that way
slimy
the
from the
next
beginning.
day.
Oh.
I think it's just because
I
I
powered through mine. We
Didn't-
had the same exact bag. It was,
And you
think
just
it
got
was-
through yours, so it wasn't.
and there's like onions and some other things in there I didn't really eat all of, I guess. Just
Yeah, we
onion
don't want
slices.
onions in a veggie bucket. I
But
didn't like
it was
that.
still good to have it.
But it was learning, like, don't buy this package. This one looks better, so the one we got this week will be a lot easier to eat.
I wonder if there's a difference between the sealing of the bag or like a Tupperware that suctions. I don't know.
Probably.
The-
Keep it fresh on
They
there.
started out on like a styrofoam tray with cellophane at the store, and it was it slimy then from out of there? It seemed like. And I put mine in a Ziploc
They
bag
must have been old.
after that. It's good to try to get into the habit though.
Yeah.
For me,
Well, and
I've never eaten that many vegetables ever. So
um,
I like it.
I think it's kind of cool to be able to see what works and what doesn't, and
Well, we're learning, so
Yeah.
this is the first 2 weeks, so I'm happy with the progress we made in just 2 weeks.
yeah.
The other thing that's my favorite is we do the non-distracted eating. That means we're sitting at the table together, no phones, eating mindfully.
And the
It's been
kids
great.
too. They used to eat their breakfast on their phones,
The kids,
and now they can't anymore.
And
are they like upset about that, or are they kind
they're
of?
adapting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
They
a
were kind of like just sitting there,
like,
staring
wow,
off
this
in
is
space.
really boring. Well, that's good though for them, because if they can kick that habit now, then
I know.
they'll do that
Yeah. That's
as they get older.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
It's hard when it's easy when we're together to do that, but it's hard when I'm alone
Yeah,
because I'm bored.
yeah.
Instead of
Or you can,
but I-
or you feel like you can accomplish something while
I
you're
can
eating.
work while I'm eating. I do that. I've done that a few times. For the most part, I haven't. But especially out here, it's quiet and alone.
Yeah.
I hear myself chewing.
So right now, your current goals, Corey, you were meal prepping on Sunday, which I noticed you posted something about doing that last night, right?
Yep.
Eating veggies 2 times a day, which you were struggling a little bit with.
Yeah.
You're drinking your berries and greens
Yeah,
first thing in the
that's
morning.
easy.
Pretty good. It's going pretty good for you. Working out 4 times a week. I noticed you're doing pretty good with it, and you're kind of struggling to get it in.
I did 4 times last week.
Okay.
So I'm not doing it 4 times last week. The first week I did 5.
Okay. Maybe it's because I checked in halfway and like I went and looked like halfway
Maybe
through
I'm
the week,
not.
but
I'm
it
not
looked
cooking
like
it on the days I don't work out though.
yeah.
So
But you are struggling to write down in your journal every evening.
a little bit more so. I don't. Let's see. I've done it a lot better than I was before, which was never. And now I'm doing it.
So it's getting better.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, it's getting better. It still needs to be on there though.
And then eat without distraction, which you guys just mentioned. It's going pretty good. You're drinking 2 bottles of water. I noticed that's going pretty
Better.
It's going better. No, because I checked in and you're missing some days.
Yes. Because it's hard to drink 2 of these a day.
It's hard to drink one of those a day. You already know about them.
That's right. She's right. So I have had more water intake than I have before. So I only have 2 cups of coffee a day, 1 to 2. I was going through withdrawals, so I had a headache, so I went and had more. But it's not a full 64 ounces a day. At least I usually get through one.
So you're working on it. Do you want to keep that goal? Okay. All right.
Shay has this big old one that holds it all. So I thought maybe I'd go see if I could find one of those.
I almost picked up one the other day too because I was like, oh, that'd be cool to carry around without having to, oh, I need to grab another water bottle.
Or
Oh, I
fill
need
it
to
back
refill.
up. Filling
But-
it back up is annoying.
The ones I found didn't have a straw, and I'm like, I don't want to like they're
I
big.
need a sucker.
Yeah.
Gallon or half
I
gallon.
don't think hers has a straw either. Anyways.
Okay. So this is how to get there. Good, better, best.
That would be like if someone wasn't on a nutrition plan with us. Stay where you're at and follow this video. Better would be meet with me once a month. Best would be go through 3 months.
How do you feel like, question, just how do you feel you are doing so far? I know you kind of went over it, but do you think you're doing pretty good? You could do better, or you're doing your best?
And I plugged it in there.
I can do better. I'm not doing my best. I'm doing better than I was.
It's good?
I
Okay.
think so. I like it.
Yes, perfect.
Do you want to go over some of your goals and change them up? Do you like where they're at?
I want to keep, I think, these goals, and I don't think I can add any more until I get these into a better habit.
Okay. You don't want to take anything out and replace it?
Yes.
No? You like them? Okay. I want to talk to you for a few minutes.
Oh,
All right. How are things going for you?
good.
What are you most proud of through your accomplishments right now?
I like the no distracted eating, and like I already said, and then the emotional eating part, I throw the fruit or the vegetables at that to help, and that's helped more often than not.
So tell me a little bit what you have been struggling with as far as your goals go.
Probably the caffeine deal. Like I wanted to see if I could get most of the way away from it, and that hasn't worked yet. But that and the rest really isn't too bad.
It's good. And your current goals right now are eat without distractions, which you said you're doing pretty good and you like it.
I caught myself doing it once, but when I figured that out, I put the phone down and then eat my serving.
That's good. You're catching yourself in the middle of doing it.
Yeah.
So you're recognizing it. So it's turning into a habit.
My daughter Leah caught me once. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
They're like, we can't do it, you can't do it either.
I'm really happy for them.
Which is cool because it's a whole family effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's holding each other accountable. That's good.
I'm going shopping for the whole week. Gotta use extra effort to get in the right mood for that. But I'm glad that we're doing it. It'll get better and better, I think.
Are the kids getting involved with the shopping and like picking things healthy?
Writing some meals up on the board, what they want, having more input into what they want. We tried a new veggie that was weird too. We did dragon fruit, which that's not really new, but
Yeah.
and then a bitter melon.
The what?
A bitter melon.
Bitter melon.
They were next to the cucumbers.
Huh.
And they look like a cucumber, but they're not good. No.
Okay.
Don't get those. I don't know.
Tracking your food daily on your symptoms thing. Are you doing that?
I was doing every single thing I ate for the first week. And
It gets
then
to be a lot, huh?
I've slacked off more to the point of I write down what bothers me. And so the very first thing was sushi. Seemed like that lit me up. And then peanut butter. Ice cream did yesterday. We're just trying to figure out the common denominator, what's in all that stuff, and it might be sugar or corn syrup or something like that.
Yeah.
So I haven't pinned that down. But yeah, I've struggled writing down everything, or I'll eat and I'll be like, I'll remember what I ate later. I'll write it down later, and then I have a whole day I didn't fill out. I gotta backtrack. So
I think having that sheet, it takes a lot of effort to. I mean, it takes a lot of time. Oh, I ate, or I had a snack. Okay, and it's time consuming, so it can be definitely a struggle. I think for anyone to keep up with that.
So kind of like I said, evolve that into the food that bothers me.
Yeah.
When I feel bad, it reminds me to go write that down.
Yeah.
So just being on this program, my workouts are like a couple % easier. It's like not a lot, but I've noticed a little bit easier time, like
To get through
breathing and endurance and stuff. So
That's good.
It has to be the nutrition part.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't exactly changed anything else.
Cutting out sugars, caffeine. Your body is functioning a little bit better, so you're able to get through that, and hopefully it just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
Okay, no sugar, 6 days a week. You said you're doing pretty good with that.
Yeah, not bad.
Cheat every now and again, but
I've evolved from going, I can't have this for 6 days, to I'm gonna try not to, and like I really haven't desired it with that attitude. But when I do, I just eat it.
yeah.
Like even if it's.
And then sometimes you try to replace it with a fruit
Yeah, fruit or a vegetable.
or a vegetable. Yeah.
I just try to give myself something. My body's like, sugar, and I'm like, how about pineapple?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it seems to be okay with that.
Yeah. There you go. And meal prepping for you been going pretty good. You guys all do it on Sundays, right?
We do it together.
Yeah.
So I piggyback off of what she does. I go to the store and help get this stuff, and like this week we had more of a recipe
A plan.
before we went to the store.
Yeah, last week we just went to the store and I was like thinking.
Winging it.
and thinking on the fly. This time we
Actually,
we're going to have this day, and then, so just buying it from there.
how's that feel when you guys had it planned out?
The last week was frustrating, annoying. I didn't want to do it anyway. It was the first time I'm prepping it, and it was annoying. But this week was much better.
And we all have those days, so. But you just get back up and do it again the next day. That's what counts.
Yes.
I've been trying to evolve. Like I had peanut butter and I can't leave this stuff alone, so I found almond butter instead.
That's a good alternative. It is pricey though too.
Right.
Gosh.
But
Yeah.
I like eat the whole pound of peanut butter in the week, so
Maybe he won't like almond butter as
I need
much.
something that's acceptable, what I don't like as much. I did the same thing with chai lattes. I found out how much sugar is in those. So I do black tea with a splash of milk and honey for sweetener. And that seems to curb that craving.
I like how much you guys are paying attention to the sugars and things.
Yeah.
Your video is super cool. You're like, there's like how much sugar in this milk?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I stood for like 5 minutes in front of the protein bars, just looking through them all. There's so many.
Yeah.
And then you look at some of the ones that are like healthy. There's like 25 grams of sugar in them in one serving.
That's why it's extremely hard to find a good, healthy protein bar because they're just loaded in sugar or they taste awful.
And the kid, Leah was looking at them too. She's like, Mom, these ones are healthy. There's no sugar in them. They're little Quest cookies. I haven't tried them. She's like, this morning packing her lunch. So there's 8 in this box. So how many can I take to school? I was like,
Gosh.
1.
One of everything.
I think that is so cute. And I think she'll definitely take that with her
She's really,
into that kind of,
she has more of a desire to want to be healthy.
yeah.
She'll still eat cereal.
That's
for
how my
breakfast.
oldest is. She's like works out at home 4 times a week. I try to convince her to do CrossFit because she has a few friends that that have done it or just to like go to the gym. But we have stuff at home. She does it 4 times a week, and I love seeing it. Even like Haven and Kane will get out there, and I love seeing that they have that in their lives, and they're like, oh, I can't wait till I can work out one day. And it's like putting that into their heads when they're young, and hopefully take it with them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes. Okay, no energy drinks. Black tea you were supposed to be drinking, right?
Yeah. So I have the chai tea now with the little splash of milk.
Yeah.
For the energy drinks. The pre-workout.
That's been going okay.
I'm about out of that, so let's see if I can survive without it or whatever.
Without pre-workout. Does pre-workout make you feel weird?
It has the burn in it, so like sometimes I don't know if it's an accumulation of that, but it doesn't seem to be that by itself that causes me the bad feelings. It's definitely some of the other foods.
Yeah.
So.
Are you drinking that are you doing that right before workouts, or are you just drinking that to get your caffeine, to get
Both.
energy?
Well, like, since that's what I have at home, and I still kind of need a lot of caffeine, I went with that. It's 200 milligrams of caffeine, so it's a little lesser than some.
Yeah.
But it has all the burn and stuff with it. And then one day I doubled up and had another one before the workout. And then one day I come out and had one of the Killcliff energy drinks out here, which I count as an energy drink.
Yeah.
It's a lot healthier. Just to try to not be dependent on that stuff. So
how do you feel it's going? Do you think you are doing good, better, or?
I'm doing better that I don't go buy 2 bangs every day.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing. Plus however much other caffeine.
Switch our money over to healthy vegetables that are already chopped up instead of having bangs. Or
say that again.
Switch our money, because our grocery bills. Is, switch it over.
So I'm gaining on it. I'm not exactly where I thought I would be with the caffeine, so.
That's hard to switch.
Yeah.
It's a mental issue.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like I can live without it, and I'm tired when I tried it, so. Yeah.
Well,
but there's progress, just not a lot.
Yeah. Well, everything takes time. Eventually, hopefully, you can kick it out to the point to where you're okay with it.
I think that's why doing this for 3 months is a good idea, because it takes a long time to switch a habit.
Yeah.
Especially one so big as caffeine.
Yeah.
It's better. I'm glad with the progress. It might not be as much as I thought. I thought I kicked this now and I'm good, but it wasn't exactly like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you were like, no, just cut it out completely. Like, we should slowly. Mindful eating, eat without distractions, same thing. You guys are doing pretty good. Yeah. And working out 4 times a week, you're doing pretty good with that.
That
app was great though.
Yeah.
I like it.
All the goals.
And yeah.
So how do you feel you're doing so far with all your goals right now? Do you think you're doing pretty good? You could do better?
I could do better, but I feel really good.
That's good.
About how it's going. Okay. Like I said, I don't feel a lot better, but I feel something.
Yeah. You feel a little bit of a change.
My weight's gone down a little bit too.
Nice. Are you happy with your goals right now? Do you want to change anything, take anything out? You're good?
It seems like I can stick with them.
Okay.
I don't think I've made it to the end of the results of the goals yet.
Yeah.
For me, meeting with you again today, so soon, it might seem like unnecessary for some people, but for me, it's got me in that point where I was at the beginning to start over and be
Fresh,
more
new.
excited again.
Yeah, kind of start fresh and excited to keep going.
That's why I was wondering how today would go. Why do I need to talk to Dina again today? I just saw
That's
her
what happened.
2 weeks.
He's like, you're meeting with him again. You just met with him. Like, well, we're doing them once a month, right?
Yeah, 2 times a month.
2 times a month.
Yeah.
Check in.
And I think that's really good.
Yeah.
I think it's worth the extra time because I'm ready to focus again. Not that I wasn't giving up.
Yeah.
It's just
You can get discouraged.
boost.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good. Well, I'm glad you guys are doing good.
Thanks.
I mean, I check in, and you guys, I'm seeing check marks, and I think with you writing down in your journal every evening, I mean, you're struggling with that, but
Yeah.
why? So tell me why. Why do you feel like it's a struggle? Is it because at the end of the day you just want to be done, or do you forget, or why is it that it's kind of a struggle?
I don't forget because it's in the back of my mind. I don't know. I'm doing other things like folding the laundry, getting everything.
Yeah, just about other things.
Other things to do. But we had activities a couple times last week. But the little I've done with it has made me feel a little bit more
Accomplished.
and centered and ready for the next day. Even though I didn't do it every single night, but
Yeah. It was just I looked at it one time, I think the other day.
oh yeah,
And I just noticed, so, I mean, maybe you're doing a little better than
I'm
the
doing
last
better
time I
than
saw it. But,
yeah.
or
we were
maybe,
here-
do you
we
think
were
maybe you're not jotting anything down because you feel like it's not important? Or maybe you don't
It's
feel...
mostly to just go through and be like, no, I've done better with what I've done. So I don't know. I've started writing a gratitude note on the days that I do it. So it's, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Well, you're doing better at it, and you're
Yeah.
feeling more accomplished with it, so that's good.
Maybe we're doing it 0.
I was going, yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll get
Give it a couple
better
times.
and better each time.
Yeah, definitely. If you keep doing it, eventually, kind of like I do in the mornings, I have like a routine I do in the morning. If I don't do it, then I feel like I didn't go through my day like I was supposed to. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Something was
eventually
missing.
it's going to fall into place where you're like, wait, I didn't go and jot my
Right.
journal.
And today, I'm not going to be here very much today, so I left it at home, and it's like kind of sad to leave it at home.
Because you're
Just
used
'cause
to
it's
having
there.
it.
Yeah. So,
Isn't
I
that
don't
kind of
need
weird
it.
how like something eventually falls into place into a habit?
Yeah.
Like I didn't start this morning routine until like maybe a couple months ago, and now it's like in my routine, and if I don't do it, I feel off. Like my day is off. I didn't start it off like I was usually do. I don't know. It's kind of cool to see those habits.
just
Like-
become a part of your
Yeah.
life.
And I try
They're
to
good.
explain that to people, especially with working out too. Like, yeah, it seems really hard to get into it, but it's so cool to watch it. If you keep going and sticking to it, it's so cool to watch it kind of roll into like your lifestyle. I think I've told you that before, like how I started working out years ago, and now that's like part of my life. Like,
Yeah. It's like,
it's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
yeah, I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger say something about that.
I just wish
When will
some
you s-
people could take that and make it easy. You know what I mean?
Just make it. It depends on what they really value
Yeah.
and their goals.
But
Not everyone values.
like I think I might have told you too. I think it was Alex who posted something, or somebody posted something, and it was like, no, it was in when I was learning. It was one of my programs. It's like you got to make it look easy, even though like to you it looks super hard, like working out or eating healthy. Gosh, it's so hard. Well, make it look easy. Think of it like this is going to be easy, and
Yeah. Talk to yourself a
in the
little
head,
bit.
trick yourself
It is
and-
tricky.
Yeah.
It is a mind game.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty, well, you guys are
Thanks,
doing great.
Gina.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear things are going good, and I'll in touch with you guys again.
Right on.
Sounds good. See you in a couple weeks.